What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to Married to Film. Once again, I'm Ralph. This is Shamanda. And today, we're going to do our movie review for the movie Detroit. It was directed by Catherine Bigelow. She did Zero Dark 30 and The Hurt Locker. Let's go ahead and get right into it. Go ahead. Give me your thought first, because I'm probably might be long-winded, and I don't want to cut you off.
It was a very interesting film about the riots, 1967, for Detroit. I loved the beginning, the intro into the movie, letting us know how the blacks migrated to the U.S. and to the North, and as far as their work industries and what they were able to do as far as the big three for the North here. The factories and everything as far as employment, because that's what kept Detroit going and still does to this day. But mostly back then, it was a big thing as far as employment. I don't know what to say about the film. It was informative from what they knew about what had happened, and the collective information that they were able to receive from the goings on, the things that were happening back then, and what happened. We actually did. We were actually doing a little bit of. Well, Ralph has been doing research on the riots for years. I mean, we've been together for years, and Ralph has always talked about these riots, and he's always wanted to know more about it. So this movie, I don't know. I'm sure he's gonna, let us know about how he felt about it, and if it was informative, or if it changed his view on what he had already known about it. For me, I knew nothing going into it. I knew a little bit going in, only because we were just looking at, because it was an anniversary, marked the anniversary
50th anniversary
of the actual riot recently. So News 4, all the news channels actually were doing a special on it, and most of the interviews that they, as far as documentary had documented, was actually in the film. They actually show clips and how the city burned down, and it was sad, because you wouldn't think that it would actually, we lived through 9/11, and that was like traumatic to us, but these were people's homes. Not saying that lives doesn't matter, because of course we know that lives do, as far as the 9/11, but these were people's homes and businesses and things that they worked hard for, and people were just mad and angry and hurt, and that kind of hurt you can't soothe. It was a good film. We were looking forward to it all year. It was a good film. So that's all I have to say.
Okay. I mean, the film, everything that the trailers give you, like, it's gripping, it's heart-wrenching, yada, 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 is true. The direction in this film gets you up close and personal to where you're feeling every breath. You know what I mean? It's amazing. Catherine Bigelow did a good job. Outstanding job. I think all the actors did an outstanding job. Shout out to Henry Frost, local talent. The acting was amazing. Growing up in Detroit, you always hear about the riots, and how things hasn't been the same since then. And that was 50 years ago. So for me, leading up to this, I was glad that the news channels showed footage, of the riots and everything. So it gave me, and they had interviews with people and everything. So it gave me more insight, because if you growing up, you always hear someone in your family around here talk about the riots. Like my mother said, she remember the tanks rolling down the street and everything. And I think she was around 8 or 9 at the time, so that still sticks in her head. You know what I mean? That was just a traumatizing time for people. I know some people are angry at this film, saying that it shouldn't be out right now because of all the police brutality, but they go, these days, whatever. But for me, for a Detroiter, I think us Detroiters are mostly happy that this film came out because as Detroiters, all we feel like is being dumped on that our city is nothing. We went bankrupt. We got a corrupt mayor, yada yada yada. So we take all this, and that's where you get Detroit versus everybody. Because we feeling angry and feeling all dumped on. You know, I don't mean to go off on a tangent, but I'm gonna go back. I mean, I had read in the paper leading up to the release of the movie, read the actual newspaper story clippings from the Algiers Motel incident, so I knew how it was gonna turn out. I didn't tell you that, so I just want I didn't want to spoil it.
Well, I seen it on the news.
Yeah.
How they were saying, but I forgot that the number.
Mm-hmm.
I forgot about the number.
Yeah, so it took place during the riots, and you can imagine the tension and the fallout from that verdict at that time. If the verdict from the Rodney King, you see the fallout from that. You know what I mean? And that was 30 years later, or whatever it was. You know what I mean? But
30 years ago.
Rodney King was 91.
Oh.
Yeah. I meant to say from 67 that time.
Oh, okay, my bad.
But
you scared me.
But yeah, I mean, but you can see how with the burning of the buildings, homes, businesses, and then you lead into like the big three took a fall at one point, and all Detroit's eggs were in one basket with the automotive industry, and then you roll in drugs and all that stuff, and it could have been any city, to take, to go down like that, and we're slowly coming back, and I'm happy. The neighborhoods still need to be dealt with, you know what I mean, but I think if we come together as a community, you know what I mean, and I think we can make it happen. But back to the movie, I loved it. It's not one that you can watch all the time, you know what I mean. Maybe once every 5 years, but it's a great movie. The direction, the writing, the actors did an amazing job, man. I mean, I had no idea as far as the dramatics, the singing group, the R&B group, the dramatics. I didn't know what role they played in, and it all connects.
You said R&B group. It wasn't R&B back then.
Yeah, true.
It was Motown.
Motown, yeah. How it all connects, and it was a wonderful movie. I mean, I think it should be nominated for something. For what? I don't know, but it should be nominated for something. I don't if it doesn't win, but it needs to be nominated. It needs to just be spoken about. Can you think of anything else that I'm skipping over?
And we also want to give a shout out because they drizzle a little of Game of Thrones.
Oh, Gilly.
in the movie as well. They are just blowing up everywhere. So I just feel like she needs to get a shout out because we like her.
Mm-hmm.
I think the movie is relatable. We don't want to just think of ourselves as people of color.
Mm-hmm.
Because anyone can consider themselves people of color. We are not just one. We are combined with so many other backgrounds. If you do any type of research on your family history, you'll find out that you are mixed with a whole lot of other things. So it's relatable for the simple fact that we're veterans.
Mm-hmm.
We signed there and we swore to fight domestic. We did that, and people look at us as if he's a black male, I'm a black female. But if we were to ever say that we were a veteran, they would look at us differently now since 9/11.
Mm-hmm.
However, before that, they would look at us like, whatever. In this film, they had a black male who fought for his country, and he was not treated kindly, and they didn't care that he had fought for their country and fought for us. some things you just, I don't know. The eerie silence when we got up to leave,
Mm-hmm.
it was a little
I was waiting
scary.
for that.
It was a little scary because everybody just all you heard was people's chairs creaking because they were getting up, getting ready to walk out, and then it was just like maybe like the slow clap. People, started talking. A conversation here, a conversation there, but it wasn't nothing like. It's not a Marvel film. You don't get out like, yeah, that was a woo.
Well, it's gonna make you
Spider-Man.
think. It's gonna make you think and look within yourself.
It was challenging for me because it was one part where I don't know. I think I did it twice. Where I was like, "Oh my god!" My hand, because they shot a baby, and
that's a fact.
That's a fact.
It's factual.
And I, you know what? And
Mm-hmm.
I seen that part, and
Mm-hmm.
I listened to that part, but I forgot because I forgot.
Mm-hmm.
So when they interviewed the men and the people in the neighborhood about it, they was like, man, how they describe what happened and what they seen. It's one thing to see something and to go through it, but to see bodies coming out of buildings from something that should not have ever happened.
Right. And I like the way they incorporated actual footage in the movie.
Yes.
Actual news coverage. It was amazing.
And it actually looked like Detroit.
Even though it was shot in Massachusetts. It looked
I mean, because, cold era, you can make it look like Detroit because it gets cold.
Right.
It gets cold here. But yes, with me not knowing the history of it, I think it was well written. I think it was, I think it was well written. And the actors, big ups to them because the actors, I hated them.
Mm-hmm.
It would make you want to hate them, so they did a good job.
They did their job.
And then I felt sorry for them. I cried out for some of them, and right here, like,
one thing,
and you could feel their anger and just frustration.
I can't think of his first name, but Boyega, the black guy from Star Wars.
Yes.
He actually spent time with the actual character he was playing, the guy.
His name is not Nigel.
No. Okay. I think it's John Boyega.
It is John.
He actually spent time with the guy to get his experience and to know, so,
Doesn't he
his
remind
role
you
was
of
probably
Denzel?
authentic. Not really. But he got some authenticity to his role from doing that. You know what I mean? And
he was awesome.
Yeah, acting was awesome, man. Can't get around it.
It was a good film.
Yeah, it was good.
I do recommend that you guys go see this movie.
Yeah.
Go see it. If you don't know anything about it, do some history. Well, you can do some, a little Google.
Search.
Google is everything now. Encyclopedia Britannica is Google. You can Google it and you can find out a little bit of information about it. The riots, 1967, Detroit.
Mm-hmm.
But I want to say I enjoyed it. I liked the film.
Yeah. I'm giving that an A1.
Yeah, it's definitely an A1.
And another thing, there needs to be term limits on congressmen because John Conyers was a congressman back in '67, and he's still a congressman now.
He's still holding it down.
He's still holding. There's got to be a term limit somewhere.
He was holding it down before this dude was born, and he's still there. And we're not gonna say how old he is.
Hey, and he was like almost looked like he was 30-something back then. So. But yeah, Laz Alonso, I think that was Laz Alonso. So I shout out to him. That was good casting. If you know nothing about John Conyers, that was good. He wore they had him in the exact same outfit.
Was he buff like that?
Yes,
though?
he was.
He really
Yes, he was. That was great casting.
Because his arms were huge.
That was great
like,
casting.
did he pump up the iron?
That was great casting for John Conyers. I'm giving him that one. That was great. But yeah, I give it an A1.
Oh yeah, for sure, I give it an A1. I mean, I would be dumb to say no. Okay. Because of everything that they put in it. They did some research to do this film.
Oh yeah, it was good research.
And it was good research.
Yeah.
So.
Yep. So
yeah, that was good.
We thank y'all for checking us out. Go check out the movie. Don't forget to give us a like. Let us know your comments. Share, subscribe,
And thank you for those that are already there. We have 99 subscribers.
Almost at 100, so we appreciate you
so
guys.
Thank you. Thank you.
Don't forget to look us up on Instagram and Twitter at Married to Film. And that's all I got. We love y'all.
We love you guys.
See y'all later.